Alright. Yes. 40 shall do. Let's beat up this guy. Boop, 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 boop. Ow, I tried to get away. It didn't work. Hey. Alright, let's get back to town. Doop, 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 doop. And see what we can... See if we can build stuff that we had on the previous island as well. Because if I can sleep, that'd be great. Alright. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna make 5 of these. I'm also just gonna sleep at the moment. Bonfire. Yeah, these gonna make 6. I will just make it a 2. Oh wow, 6. There's also a bonfire here. I kind of missed that. Right, that's every time. It's just going to take that forever. We'll cook that one and that one. Oops. And cook that as well. Aha. And just so we're in here at daytime, I'm asleep. Everyone else gets to stay out, but not me. Aha. It's a bit morning. Aha. Collect all of the foods. Oh boy. Collect. Change. Let's cook more of these up. Alright, we'll just let the... No, actually, no, we'll just... eat that one. I'll leave these ones for more when I'm more in desperate need, I suppose. Not that that really makes much of a difference. Alright, what was I... What were we doing? We were building the reservoir. Alright. Bonk. I just want to... There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Building up a reservoir. Oh wait. Do. Well, that's cool. That actually has like a percentage there as well. That was it? Ah, 2 up there. Bonk. Badook. And then we bust your way again. I've completed it. We'll more than likely make this look better later on. Get out of the water, Malroth. He jumped then. He's also now drowning. Nice work, Kyther. Whatever this thing is, it looks just like the blueprint. Wow! Now we've got ourselves an irrigation station. We can water the fields. I can't thank you enough, Kyther. With what? Your bare hands? Watering plants is a lot like tilling soil. Any old idiot can do it, so you can leave the watering up to me. You two stand back and watch the watering whiz work her magic. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, I have these 2 bozos. Notice what we're doing and gonna say anything? No. What's this thing? There's a strange pattern in the soil. There indeed is. She has a bucket! Oh, it would be cool if I could do it too. Sploosh! Oh my word, okay. I didn't realise we're actually waiting for her to do stuff. Oh, she can just keep going with the 1 bucket. That's cool. Do. Easily done. Cool. Do. Yes, you did the thing. Good job, Rosie. There we go, Kyther. All our thirsty little seeds have had a nice big drink now. That's all there is to it. You just till the soil, plant some seeds, water them, and then wait. It's easier said than done though. For one thing, you need healthy soil, and there's hardly any left on the island. It's easy to tell if the soil is spoiled. It goes all purple and sticky. Some of it even looks green if there's moss growing on top, but when you dig down you find nothing but grimy slime. Then the soil that's good for gardening has a nice healthy earthy brown colour. Just take a look at some of the soil I tilled before and compare it to the mouldy mud nearby. Yes. Completed. Oink. Alright. Kyther, there's one thing left to do before we can harvest our crops. Wait for them to grow. First we'll get some little sprouts, as I can already see it from looking over there, but then a little while later they'll start growing leaves. Maybe that stage has already happened, I don't know. Before you know it, they'll be all grown up. When that time comes, you won't need any special equipment to harvest them. Any special treatment. Just hit them with that crappy stick I've seen you swinging about. It might be a while before they're ready to be harvested though. In the meantime, could you pass the time by clearing away the rocks and weeds in our future fields? You could plant some more seeds too. Speaking of which, there's a few more I had hidden away. You may as well go ahead and plant them. Okay, well, now you're just holding out on me. I don't appreciate being held out on. I've already been cleaning up anyway, so redundant task. Dun, dun, dun. Am I guessing that these spots here are where the fields are meant to be? Oh, okay, that's just useless. Ledge. Ah! Wrong button. Well, I just lost. Oh no, I got seed back. Never mind. Once you've sown seeds, it'll be sometime before they're fully grown crops. They're ready to harvest in the meantime. Why not make a farm a little prettier? Yeah, apparently it's already done though, which is interesting. Like, even though I just tore that up, because it already had water on it, it still had water with it? Actually, you know what I could have done? Is... Dun, dun, dun. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Try and get the soil that is nice, clump it together. I'm actually tearing up stuff that I don't need to. But just don't break that one. Okay, there we go. Aha! Boop, 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 boop. Everything just changed then. That was interesting. Well, now break these two. There we go. Bonk, bonk. Just break this one. Just grab the one at front here. There we go. Look at. It's such a dangerous task of just like, what ones are going to break? Oh, I don't know. Hey, it's harvesting time. I wonder if I break the one that's under the scarecrow. Oops. If he break or not. Because that would be interesting. Hup. I mean, Rosie, get out of the way, please. Into road. Place that one, that one, that one. I guess we'll just leave. Space swap. Haha. These ones are great. Hip hip. Smack. Oh, I have cabbage. Wonderful. Well, we've finally grown our first furrow-filled cabbages, and they're absolute beauties. It's been a long time since I've had a proper crop. What with those horrid spoil spores appearing all the time and ruining the soil. In fact, I've never seen a better cabbage in all my life. Thank you so much, Kyther. Blimey! He noticed, only because he was closer. Those cabbages are girlish. Interesting. What? Did you and Rosie really grow them all by yourselves? Maybe you really are a builder after all. All the more reason why we should shun his accursed presence. Come along now, Perry. We're leaving. Yes, sir. Guys don't understand how to leave, though. Apparently, you just walk a distance. Why has Beardy got such a grudge against builders? If anything's accursed, it's that dead dog on his chin. Oh, Malroth, never change. I wouldn't say was a grudge, really. He's just being cautious. After all, everybody knows that builders spread desolation and despair wherever they go. Excuse me? I don't think that's the case. In the slightest. I fell into a hole. Haha. Hey. Looks like you have more quests. Hello? Don't worry, Kyther. I don't think builders are harbingers of doom and gloom. In fact, I think they're great. Benenzo has spent his whole life being told how awful people like you are. Well, we all have. You can't expect him to change his mind overnight. To be fair, that is very true. It's been one night. Oh, by the way, something occurred to me while we were waiting for the cabbages to come in. Do you see the big bell there? Well, there's an old story about it. Once upon a time, a builder came to Firefield. He showed the people the wonder of building to earn their awe and appreciation. Then he whacked the bell with all his might. When the islanders heard it, it rang out loud and clear. Something awoke within them. They were filled with the power of creation. The Firefield farm flourished. Also brings every monster in the area near to where you are. I'm guessing. Don't you see, Kyther? Those funny things you've been picking up must be pieces of our appreciation, which means something might happen when you ring the bell. Well, there's only one way to know for sure. Go on over to the builder's bell and give it a great big wallop. Do I wallop it with the stick or do I wallop it with the hammer? Well, apparently, I'm supposed to do that. The game's definitely telling me to go schmack. I just ring with X. I do with hammer. Big ball. Pretty pink. Base level 1. Residents awaken to the benefits of building. The residents want to till the fields. Residents want to water the crops. That seems like a subtle way of brainwashing. Not gonna lie, I learned something new. I have to learn a load of new recipes. Ooh, softwood, floorboards, wooden steps, simple door. Is that locked? What does it make? 8. A plain portal comprised of a knob and a wooden board. Can be opened and closed. Place 2 side by side to make a 2-way door. What does the symbol mean? Rustic door, haystack, tables, stools, pots, chest, community chest, rope, firewood, and farming tools. I don't know what you just did, but that was pretty spectacular. It's like the whole place has been filled with some kind of strange power. Mording Malmuscule's builder, what have you done? What is this energy flowing through me? My old body's been filled with urine to create. I've got this uncontrollable urge to go and till a field. I hoped this would happen. All the power you collected was unleashed, and when you rang the bell, it opened our eyes to the wonder of building. Looks like it even inspired you. Now you can build all these things. Plus more. So much more. Is that so? We could certainly use some furniture around here. You can make all of that, can you? You builders really are amazing. Alright, Kyther. We're all very impressed. You can stop posing now. From now on, we will have full cooperation from Perry and I. Let us rebuild the great farm and restore this place to its former glory. We shall tend to the fields from the moment we wake up in the morning to the moment we fall asleep at night. No crop shall remain unwatered on my watch. If I see one bit of dirt that's not wet, you're in trouble. That's fantastic, isn't it, Kyther? Now we can all work together to see Firefield Farm reborn. Dun, dun, dun. Residents will behave differently depending on the time of day and the type of room they're in. They're entitled to lives outside the farm work. Duh. Immediately wants to speak to me. That went even better than I imagined. Who'd have thought that those two would have ever get so fired up about building? It seems that whenever you build things for us, or when we manage to make things ourselves, our emotions overflow and turn into these funny fragments that only you can see. Only I can see. That's not worrying at all. And then you collect enough of that emotional energy and pour it into the ringing the bell, and everyone becomes better at building, including you. Yeah, you overflow with emotion. I take your emotion. I was gonna say steal. I take your emotion, and then I give it back to you. Interesting. If I'm right about this, and I'm sure I am, these overflowing emotions are the key to getting Furrowfield Farm back on its feet. Collect as many as you can and make us all the best builders we can be. Badinka-dunka-doosh. Completed. Let's talk to the peoples. My old body's brimming with building power. I need to do some plowing. And you? Looks like 4 hours expected. Okay, you're still saying the same thing. No, but wait, give me. I just need to speak with you. I tend to get a good night's sleep each night so that I can arise bright and early to till the fields and ensure the crops grow up strong and healthy. Boink. 330 to go. That's not much, one would say. Hi. You're extremely close to my face. Well, I'm extremely close to yours. I want to sneeze. What happened? Because I've said it. Okay. Now that Bonanza and Perry are finally in the mood to help, we can take Operation Furrowfield Farm to the next level. Right. Problem is, a farm needs soil and seeds, and looks like you're fresh out of both. Any ideas, Kyther? She's so adorable. Ha! For a mob who hates builders, you lot certainly seem to be lost without one. What's the story there anyway? What's so bad about builders? Come on, let's get to the root of this. Of course, the root. Well, I suppose it's more of a bulb. Really, whatever it is, it certainly isn't a cabbage. This could be the next thing we grow. Next thing we can grow. Here you go, Kyther.
Yay!
I have a light bulb. Ha 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 ha. I always suspected it might be special, so I kept it hidden away this whole time. Huh. Hey Kyther, get a load of that.
Huh.
Holla. Pure orb of beaming light. The platform, it's glowing. It must be because you're a builder, and you're holding the bulb. Holds arm out to her. Take it off me. Go on, Kyther. Plant the light bulb in the light, and let's see what happens. The boy. Goodness me. Oop. Plant. Dink, 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 dink. Kyther gently presses the light bulb into the soft soil. I think I did a little bit more than that. I'm blinded! Now we have magic tree. Could this be? Oh, fiddlesticks! We've really gone and done it this time. The Master of Destruction is so sure to strike us down. The Master of Destruction? Who the heck's that? What? Have you really never heard of the Master of Destruction? Does this mean that you don't know about the Children of Hargon either? I see. So you weren't just playing dumb. You really don't know about the evils of building. We've been talking at cross purposes this whole time. I meant talking. I just said that weirdly. Anyway, let me explain. Everyone in Furrowfield follows the teachings of High Priest Hargon, handed down to us by his illustrious children. On this island, building isn't only forbidden, it's a serious sin. It's what? Rosie. Rosie! We're in an old app of trouble here. The pastor's on his way over. He must have seen the light from the tree. Hey, Kyther, look.
Huh.
Hey, look, it's Creepy Dude. Who happens to be sitting directly behind him. Who just does not know. Oh boy. What in the name of Hargon is happening here? Hi. I will. This talketh to thee. Who planted this tree? Answer me, faithless, wretches. Me. Hand up in air, one finger waving. Guy right in front of you. What? Building a farm, you say? Heresy. How dare you sully my island with the sinful stain of creation? You will pay dearly for this. I'm sorry. The fields and the cabbages were my idea. Don't punish Kyther. He's just a builder. A builder? This witless-looking whelp? Wait, this tree. Could it really be? Could it really be what? If you know something about it, then spit it out. If I'm not mistaken, this is a young... D tree? The sacred sentinel of far-field forests, beneath whose blessed thoughts, wow, butchering all the words. Beneath these blessed, I still did it. Brought this isle once flourished. Hear me, my wayward vassals. I have had a change of heart. I have seen the fruits of your labors, and I have decided to forgive your sins. That doesn't make any sense. My superiors need not know of your arboreal indiscretion. I will keep your secrets, so as long as you keep growing this tree. But should it dwindle and die, then so shall you. Grow the tree, but I don't really know how to. I just gotta touch it, right? You need not worry on that account, my child. Farfield's most ancient legends tell of it exactly what one must do to see the D-tree grow tall and strong. Sowing the seeds of success. You must harvest 15 cabbages. Farfield was once famed words today for its succulent cabbages. I trust that you can live up to those expectations. Should you lack sufficient seeds, I suggest you seek out more yourselves. Harvest wheat. You must harvest 50 sheaves of wheat. The people of Farfield once enjoyed a wide range of foods, and wheat formed the cornerstone of many delicious dish. I was gonna say fish. You may find you need to travel afar to find the seeds you need. You must till 50 blocks of earth. Make the field bigger. Farfield was once a farmer's paradise, with fields stretching out as far as the eye can see, and no farm can operate without plowed soil. 50 squares will suffice. If you could not find enough clean soil, I recommend you find some means of making more. I have heard of the so-called D-tree. It was a mighty magical tree that protected all life on Farfield, or so they say. If that's true, and if we really can grow a new D-tree, then we might be able to bring light and life back to the island after all. Hold on. A creepy monster turns up out of the blue and suddenly you're all going to go along with everything he says? What makes you think he can be trusted? We have a live one, I see. Such a spirited soul would make a fine offering to the Master of Destruction. Don't make a fuss, Malroth. We're not in the position to argue here. You too, Kyther. I can't do this without you. Please say that you will help us grow the D-tree and bring Farfield farm back to life. But I can't do it without my own. We'll only succeed if we work together. Please. Won't you help? I mean, if you ask like that, then sure. Yippee! Thank you, Kyther. I knew you wouldn't let me down. I knew I wouldn't let me down. Yeah, words. A wise decision, young builder. Should you lose sight of your goal, it would be to speak with me once more. I don't know where we're going to find wheat seeds to plant or more earth to till, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. For now, let's concentrate on growing the cabbages. If we all work together, we'll have those tasks done in no time. Sure. The mission begin. Hello. I never expected the pastor to appear out of the blue like that. He scared the living daylight out of me, so it did. And on top of that, he turns out to be interested in that tree you planted. Why do you lot believe all this Children of Hargon rubbish anyway? Look at your pastor. He's dressed like someone's grandmother. Alright. To tell you the truth, I've never given it much thought before. But I've I believe it's since as long as I can remember. That's just the way it's always been. Oh, but before I forget, Kyther, have you tried eating one of those cabbages you harvested? You're going to be growing a good big old pile of the things, so you may as well know just how delicious they are. Go on, have a nibble on one of them cabbages now, why don't you? It'd be hilarious if I wasn't full. Nom, nom, nom. Or if I was full. Never mind. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. I'm clapping in your face because you ate a cabbage. You had one of them cabbages, didn't you? Good. Good and filling, weren't it? They do a fine job of healing your wounds too. There ain't much on this island in the way of curatives, so you're going to need to eat your greens while you're here. You know, I got dragged here by Rosie. She was hell-bent on rebuilding the farm, you see. I was more worried about being found out by the Children of Hargon. But I don't have to worry about any of that anymore, do I? Maybe I can even become a builder like you. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of building from now on, and if the children don't like it, they can get stuffed. Dude, why speak it in like that in ear range of this dude? Who dares speak ill of the Children of Hargon? What foul sin defiles my divine authority? Show yourself, or face the full wrath of my righteous fury. Jimmery cry, that pastor's got ears on him like a bloomin' bat. You don't say, you spoke. Hang on. You're about 3 blocks from it. Dude, leave be. When Rosie led us to this ruined farm, I had my doubts about her whole plan. The last thing I expected was to meet a builder here. Still, I expect there must be some advantages to having someone like you around. For instance, you can make buildings, can you not? Perhaps you have already noticed the large red door by the field. I would have you convert the ruined room around it into our new sleeping quarters. The key thing to ensure the walls are at least 2 blocks high. It will also need a door, of course. A large red friend is an elementary suitable candidate. Speaking as a door as an actual person. You can make the walls from mud if you must, but I think we both agree that soft wooden floorboards blocks would be much more befitting of a room for yours truly. Once the room itself is built, no, you get a room of dirt, you person who apparently has what was it? A dog for a beard? Something like that? I don't want to say the wrong thing, that Malroth is it. Once the room itself is built, we must begin to think about furniture. 2 piles of straw bedding and a light source will suffice for the time being. 2 piles? How about 4? Alright, well, I have too many things on me. We need a chest. I was gonna say I can't even have room for that, but I do. That is over here. Give me a chest, just so I can plunk my stuff in at the moment. You can store items in chests, use them to tie up your inventory, or fill them with food for your residences to eat. Every time. The wrong button is pressed. Actually, I'm just gonna keep everything close by. Alright, what? No, I know a little bit about. Don't want the soil on anymore. Wood. Let's put the oil in there and that. I know the first game allowed you to just build stuff regardless. Yeah, so I can build the farming tools if I need to. Awesome. Both of them want to be 3. It crafts 10. And I can build 100. Or almost. We'll go 50 for the walls. And then just do 30 floors for the moment. Ping, ping, ping. Alright, let's get out of that.